Rise and Fight is proudly brought to you by the Tech Bookstore in downtown Blacksburg.
Virginia Tech battled Florida State for all the marbles in an absolute thriller. Michael Vick, college football's player of the year, was dazzling as the Hokies held the lead going into the final quarter. It was an heroic effort, but in the end, Florida State pulled it out. Virginia Tech gave the entire nation a sample of Beamer ball. The Hokies earned the respect of the college football world, proving they are truly an elite program. This taste of the big time only made Virginia Tech more determined to make it back. I am wounded, but I am not slain. I will lay me down for to bleed a while. Then I will rise and fight again. In 1999, Frank Beamer was the unanimous choice as college football's National Coach of the Year. However, his best coaching effort probably came in 2000. The Hokies lost tons of talent. Of the 14 seniors on the 1999 squad, 13 ended up in NFL camps. Coach Beamer and coordinator Bud Foster would have to totally rebuild the defense, plus overhaul the special teams. The plan was to let Ricky Bussel's offense carry the load until the defense and special teams came together. That plan didn't take long. The fans were at a frenzy as almost 60,000 rocked Lane Stadium Worsham Field. Nothing could spoil this evening, except Mother Nature. Out of nowhere, a fierce late summer electrical storm blew in and washed out any hopes of playing this game. Virginia Tech versus Georgia Tech was canceled. The Tech fans would have to wait one more week for a peek at the 2000 Hokies. The Virginia Tech faithful dried out and returned in full force to watch the Hokies take on Akron. Heisman Trophy candidate Michael Vick and the rest of the Tech offense were eager to show their stuff.
Again, a shotgun snap to Vick. Back to throw. Now running with the football. Gets outside of the 15 to the 10, and he will score.
You know, the first game of the season, it was I just had to let out some energy that I wanted to let out against Georgia Tech. You know, it got rained out. And just getting back out there, you know, it was just fun. Just great being out there with all the guys, you know, being back in the huddle. You know, playing in front of the crowd at Lane Stadium, you know, and it was just great to come out there and get off to a fresh start and make some plays out there for the team.
First and goal from the 1 yard line. Vick takes the snap, hands it off to Suggs. He goes over the top into the end zone. Touchdown, Tech.
The Hokies scored 35 points in the first half, thanks to some help from the defense.
Back to throw is Washington. He's in his own end zone. Throwing right, it's intercepted at the 10-yard line.
Virginia Tech rushed for an impressive 335 yards. The Hokies were so good on the ground, you almost forgot they're just as dangerous in the air.
From the 40, goes back to throw again, lofting it deep, right side. Emmett Johnson wide open on the Akron 30, spinning down the sideline, and he will score. Touchdown, Tech, 60 yards. Michael Vick to Emmett Johnson. Michael Vick goes back to throw, good protection, firing a bullet down the end zone. Touchdown. From the right hash mark, there's the snap, ball down, the kick is blocked.
Virginia Tech snuffed Akron 52-23, the final. Some experts predicted East Carolina would upset Virginia Tech. Tech had to travel to a sold-out and hostile ECU after a short week of preparation. Many assumed the young Hokies would fold under the pressure of ESPN's national spotlight. But when the lights came on, it was Virginia Tech showtime.
It's a high snap. Herlocker catches it and then tries to kick it. The punt is blocked. It's picked up on the 15-yard line. It'll be returned for a touchdown. A low snap to him. It bobbles, hits him in the ankle. Going to try to run with the football and kick it on the run. Scoops it up and then gets tackled. There's the snap to Herlocker, and with the left foot he kicks it away. Andre's going to catch it, but there's no one to block for him. So look out, son. Running it out to the 15 and 20. Look at this, 25 and 30. Has some room down the right sideline, 50. Andre Davis racing down the right sidelines. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Tech.
Virginia Tech's special teams truly were special. The Hokies silenced the Pirates, leading 31-0 at the half. But Tech was just warming up.
Second down and 5 from the 7. Here's a blitz. Vick turns, hands it off to Ferguson, popping it up the middle and into the end zone. Touchdown, Tech. East Carolina going for it from the Tech 36-yard line, and Alston backpedals the throw one more time. Throwing over the middle. It's intercepted by Wild. Second down and 9. There's a shotgun snap to Garrard. The ECU quarterback throwing it, and this pass at the 3-yard line is intercepted. A great sliding interception down there. Quarterback Michael Vick takes the snap, turns and hands it off to Suggs, sprinting ahead of the 50, turning on the Jets at the 40. Look at that incredible speed, folks. All the way into the end zone. Touchdown. Garrard goes back to throw. Summers comes to get him and hammers him down. Back to throw is Michael Vick, and the Tech sophomore steps up and zips it into the end zone, where it is caught for the touchdown by Browning Wynn.
The Hokies hammered East Carolina 45-28. Frank Beamer's plan was coming together. The offense and special teams looked fantastic. Now it was time for that young defense to grow up. Virginia Tech opened Big East Conference play at home against the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. Earlier in the week, Rutgers had announced that it planned to match the Hokies point for point. That didn't sit well with Virginia Tech's defense.
And Mike McMahon, senior from Wexford, PA, throws to the right sidelines, and it's batted in the air and then intercepted by Ben Taylor. First and 10 from the 36 to Rutgers, and Schwenk back to throw under a heavy rush. He's going to be sacked down on the 34-yard line. First and 10 from the 31. A shotgun snap to McMahon. Throws under a heavy rush, and it's intercepted by Roniel Whitaker on the 40. Then he fumbles the football, and it's picked up by the Hokies' Corey Bird on the 39.
Bud Foster's youngsters had grown up, holding Rutgers to just 57 yards rushing and 0 points. Meanwhile, the Hokies piled up almost 530 yards of offense. Leading the charge, sophomore sensation Lee Suggs.
First down, goal to go on the 7. The give is to the tailback Suggs, and he sprints into the end zone, untouched. Touchdown, Tech. There goes Andre Kendrick in motion to the right side. Vick takes the snap, turns, hands to Suggs, and he plows his way into the end zone.
The Hokies offense scored almost 50 points, while Tech's defense pitched the shutout. It all came together as Virginia Tech cruised 49-0. Virginia Tech churned out over 300 yards rushing, but the Hokies' ground machine was just cranking up. Frank Beamer had a simple philosophy about the running game. Run it until they stop you. At Boston College, the Eagles never stopped the Hokies' ground attack, so the Hokies never stopped running.
From the BC 1-yard line, Mike takes the snap, gives to Jarrett Ferguson, and he plows into the end zone. Tosses it to Suggs, has a huge hole, sprints outside of the 15, picks up a great block from Davis, and he goes into the end zone. Second and 15 on the 27. Vick on an option play, running left, picks up a block at the 20, down the left sideline to the 10, and he will score, which is the 11. Option play to the left. Michael Vick around the left end, keeps, gets to the 5-yard line, goes to the end zone, and he's in.
The Hokies rushed for over 400 yards and scored 6 touchdowns on the ground. The magnificent Michael Vick saved the best for last.
Here they come again on 3rd down. Vick back to throw, in trouble. Running, gets to the 20, 25, 30. There he goes, folks, across the 40, down the left sidelines. Vick in open field, cuts back right to the 20. It's unbelievable. The 15 stops, jukes, dives, spinning, end zone, touchdown.
Virginia Tech improved to a perfect 4-0, blistering BC 48-34.
Everybody's cheering, you know. I know it's for the other team, it's real hostile and it gets real loud and everybody's jumping up and down and, you know, it's just a great feeling, great atmosphere. It's fun to play.
You hear that cannon in the background and you can hear it when you're in that tunnel and you just kind of you kind of jolt your heart there a little bit.
It's the only thing I know. I mean, playing in front of those fans, you know, they're so knowledgeable of the game. And when defense is on the field, I mean, it's really tough for the offense.
I would miss, you know, going out there playing in front of 50,000, you know, waking up on Saturday mornings, you know, you're going out there, play a game, you know, it's like I'm an entertainer, you know, so, you know, I like to go out there and entertain.
It's a great feeling knowing that everybody out there is cheering for the Virginia Tech Hokies and knowing that we have some of the best fans in the nation. You know, we can always feed off that adrenaline that they give us, and that's something that helps us to have all those explosive bursts of points that we have a lot of times during the game.
It's the biggest rush you'll ever have. I mean, just the energy around you. We could be 2-3 feet apart and screaming at each other, and you're not able to hear when the crowd's on fire.
Virginia Tech threw one heck of a homecoming party as the Temple Owls tangled with one tough turkey. The Hokies sent the Owls to the ropes with the offense, buckled their knees with defense, and let the special teams deliver the knockout.
Here's a high snap to Ringwelski, and the punt is blocked up the middle by the Hokies. Wayne Ward on the 12-yard line. Tech holds on it. Where will be first down and 10. Driving left to right. Here's a toss to Suggs. Gets a great block from Ferguson. Running to the pylon, and he dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Tech. Lee Suggs, his 10th touchdown of the season in only the 5th week. Kendrick comes in motion to the right. On 1st and goal, Vick takes the snap, gives to Suggs, and he walks into the end zone. Vick back to throw. First play of the quarter with a long ball down the middle. Fullback on the 10. Hawkins has it there. Into the end zone. Stay in the I formation. 2 tight ends. Option play to the left. Michael Vick keeping. Has some room. Goes airborne. Flipping. End zone. Touchdown. Tech like Superman. Vick went flying through the air. Landing in the end zone for another touchdown. From the right hash mark. Here's a toss to the left side to Kendrick. A huge hole runs across the 10 to the 5, and he scampers.
While the Hokies moved the ball at will, Temple was getting nothing.
Devin Scott back to throw. Here comes Jim Davis to get him, and down he goes. It's a sack for the freshman. 3rd down at 14, and Frost goes back to throw, throwing to the right side. A deflection and an interception. Picked off by Green. The freshman down the sideline. 30, 40.
Virginia Tech held the Owls to minus 15 yards rushing. Tech trounced Temple 35-13. ESPN couldn't get enough of Virginia Tech. The network returned to Blacksburg to witness the annual border war between the Hokies and West Virginia. Analyst Lee Corso boldly predicted Virginia Tech was going down. The Mountaineers would build a 14-7 halftime lead.
I think that football team knew exactly what had to take place in that second half. But what we discussed is that in every football season there's a time where you just got to step it up. It's going to come, and if you're ready to do it at that particular time, then that can influence the rest of the season. And you know, it's time to hit another gear, and that's exactly what that football team did in the second half.
Virginia Tech came out in the second half and went right to work.
On snap, and the sophomore fires it over the middle, and it is caught by the tight end Slokowski at the 40 of West Virginia, breaking through to the 30. He's on his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Tech!
The Hokies pulled even thanks to Bob Slokowski, then pulled away with Andre Davis.
Around, hands it off to Davis. Left side to the 30, to the 20, down the left sidelines, and he will score! 30-yard on the reverse to Andre Davis.
In an amazing span of about 6 minutes, Andre Davis scored 3 touchdowns in 3 different ways. Davis scored on a reverse, a pass, and thanks to a crunching block by Wayne Ward, he took this punt to the house.
It was just so quick, you know. 1 point, it's a tie game. The next time, you know, we're up like 30 points or something. So, you know, that was just a great game, and just to be able to show the nation that we had an explosive offense.
The Hokies exploded for 41 second-half points, hammering West Virginia 48-20. With all the outstanding accomplishments in Frank Beamer's sparkling coaching career, one thing had eluded him. That one thing? Beating Syracuse at the Carrier Dome. The 2000 Hokies were determined to get that monkey off Coach Beamer's back. But winning at Syracuse is something very few can do. For the second straight week, the Hokies trailed at the half. However, this time it was the defense to the rescue.
Intercepted by Pyle, running it back to the 10 to the 5, and he's out of bounds there. Takes the snap, backpedaling to throw, firing it deep, way down the field. It's up for grabs, and it is intercepted again by Willie Pyle. That's the hat trick for Pyle. Hugh's third possession starts on its 20. Quarterback Nooms running the option right into Jim Davis, and Jim spins him around and throws him down on the 12-yard line.
In the second half, the Hokies defense forced 4 turnovers and gave up 0 points. On the other side of the ball, Tech's offense was working for the win.
The power eye, Kendrick in motion. There's a toss to Lee Suggs, sprinting right, head down into the end zone. Touchdown, Tech!
Definitely the toughest game that I played in, you know, in my college career. It was the toughest place to play, I would admit, you know, and for me to be able to put them away, you know, at the end of the game, you know, was very breathtaking, you know, and it gave me a sign of relief. And I take my hats off to that defense, but being able to put the game away, you know, was a very special moment.
It was a total team effort, but Michael Vick had the final word as Coach Beamer and his Hokies won at Syracuse 22-14. Ranked number 2 in the country with a perfect 7-0 record, Virginia Tech returned to Blacksburg to battle a talented and determined Pittsburgh team. The Hokies expected a shootout, and they got it.
On the 2-yard line, Kendrick goes in motion to the right. Here's a toss to Lee Suggs, and the sophomore jumps over a man. Kendrick in motion. There's Vick taking the snap, giving it to Suggs, and he plows in. Touchdown!
Virginia Tech was getting points. Problem was, so were the Panthers. This ball game was deadlocked 20-20 at the half. To make matters worse, the amazing Michael Vick suffered an ankle sprain. He would not return.
Things don't look good. You know, your quarterback goes down. It's a tied game. The other team is hot. And what was really the issue there is that everyone's got to play just a little bit better. That's exactly what that football team did. We played great on defense. Dave Meyer came in there and made some great plays on offense. I think Dave looked forward to that situation. He wasn't rattled. He was prepared for it. And that says a lot for your backup quarterback to really be prepared in case he goes in there, because you never know. You know, you go through 18, 20 games and you're never called on, and then all of a sudden here you are. And I thought Dave handled the situation great.
Dave Meyer took over for the injured Michael Vick and led the Hokies on 3 second-half scoring drives.
It was just great to see Dave out there, you know, moving the football team, and the football team showing everybody in the country that they can win without Michael Vick. You know, that was one of the greatest moments of the season.
The Panthers matched the Hokies point for point. With the game tied 34-34, Dave Meyer took Tech down the field for a chance to win it.
Back 10 on the 36-yard line, and Meyer takes the snap, gives it to Suggs, running 35, 40, 45, 50. There he goes.
Virginia Tech drove to Pittsburgh's 10-yard line. With 16 seconds remaining, Frank Beamer decided to go for the win.
With 16 seconds to go, 37-34, Carter Worley saves the Hokies.
Talk about big-time college football. Number 2 Virginia Tech versus number 3 Miami. This game was so big it took 2 networks to cover it. Coach Beamer knew that after beating Miami 5 straight years, the Hurricanes would want revenge. Making a tough game tougher, Virginia Tech went to war in Miami without 2 of its top guns. Both Michael Vick and Andre Davis would have to sit this one out. The Hurricanes used the big play to take the lead, but Virginia Tech refused to quit.
Snap to Meyer, the give is to Suggs, and he plows his way into the end zone. Touchdown Tech. It's a play-action pass, and Dave zings it down the field. It's complete. Emmett Johnson on the 50 down the left sidelines, 40 to the 30 down the sidelines, and he will be dragged down as he crosses the plane. Touchdown Tech. First and goal on the 3-yard line. Here's a toss to Lee Suggs, and he sprints to the left side, and he'll...
Virginia Tech got over 200 yards passing from Dave Meyer and over 100 yards rushing from Lee Suggs. But the Hokies couldn't catch up. Miami won 41-21. For the first time in 19 straight regular season games, the Hokies tasted defeat. The big question now, how would Virginia Tech respond?
Everyone's going to have disappointment, but how you come back from that disappointment, what do you do with it? How do you react to it? You're making a statement about your character and what you're all about. And I think for anyone to question anyone on this football team and whether we'd be back playing at a high level, I thought it was almost an insult. And sure enough, we came back the next week, and I thought we played one of the toughest, most physical, aggressive football games we played in a long time around here.
Frank Beamer was about to find out what his 2000 Hokies were made of. With standouts Michael Vick and Andre Davis still on the shelf, Tech faced a Central Florida team that was still sky high after beating Alabama in Tuscaloosa. However, it wouldn't take long for the Hokies' defense to bring the Knights back to earth. Virginia Tech's relentless pressure created big plays.
Quick throw for Schneider. Steps up, looking. Home run ball down the field. Nobody there except the Hokies. Roniel Whitaker. It's an interception on the 38-yard line. Back to throw is Vic Penn. And the quarterback is in trouble, and he's going to be sacked this time by Wilkinson. Or is it a DB?
That's
yep,
a DB.
83. The linebackers in the corners again, and Schneider fumbles the ball, and it's loose, and it is picked up by the Hokies. And then to the DB, rumbling towards the end zone, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tech.
Virginia Tech's defense registered 6 sacks and forced 6 turnovers. Meanwhile, the offense fed UCF a steady diet of Lee Suggs. A record-setting night for number 22. Suggs went over 1,000 yards rushing on the season and set a Virginia Tech and a Big East record with his 24th touchdown on the season and moved to number 1 in the nation in scoring. Lee Suggs punched in 5 touchdowns as the Hokies rolled up over 300 yards rushing. Tech bounced back in a big way, 44-21 the final. Only one thing stood in the way of a 10-win regular season. Arch rival, UVA. The Virginia Tech seniors wanted to make their last game in Blacksburg one to remember.
Even though we did lose the game to Miami, I think, you know, we showed a lot of people what we were made of. We came back and proved that we are a great team after the losses that we had.
As a sign of team unity, the Hokies came out in their 1960s throwback jerseys and laid an old-fashioned whooping on the Wahoo.
Thank you very much. Hokies recover. We do have a penalty marker on the play. Here's an inside handoff to the fullback and a huge hole for Ferguson to the 10, to the 5, and he will score. Vick takes the snap, hands it off to Suggs, gets outside of the 25-20, cuts inside of the 15, a marvelous move at the 10, and he will score.
Playing on an injured ankle, Michael Vick led the Hokies to 28 unanswered points. Lee Suggs scored 4 touchdowns. Suggs finished the season as the nation's leading scorer. And the Hokies finished off the Virginia Cavaliers 42-21. Faced with new starters, numerous injuries, and other obstacles, head coach Frank Beamer, his assistants, and these outstanding players decided to rise and fight. Virginia Tech turned what was supposed to be a rebuilding year into an outstanding 10-1 regular season. Virginia Tech rang in the new year in grand fashion. For the 8th straight year, Frank Beamer and his Hokies were bowling. The Clemson Tigers presented many challenges, but Tech had all the answers. Almost 70,000 jammed into Tel Stadium, and what they witnessed was Virginia Tech domination.
First play is a pass for Michael Vick, and he throws it into the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown by Ferguson. Shotgun snap to Vick. It's an option play to the right side. Vick keeping to the 5, and he leaps into the end zone. Touchdown, Tech!
The Hokies jump out to a quick 14-0 lead. Bud Foster and the Tech defense stomp out any thoughts of a Clemson comeback. Tech's defense saved the best for last. The Hokies fed off of getting to the quarterback. Against the Tigers, Tech had a feast. Clemson came in with the 10th best rushing attack in the nation. The Hokies shut it down, registering 6 sacks and allowing only 88 yards on the ground. And thanks to Willie Pyle and Roniel Whitaker, the Hokies also came away with 2 interceptions. Meanwhile, the Hokies offense did what it does best: run the football.
On the 3-yard line, here is a toss to Lee Suggs, sprinting to the right side, gets a block, and waltzes into the end zone. Vick the snap they give is to Suggs, and they knock him down, and he spins into the end zone. Touchdown! There's the snap to Vick, give inside of the fullback, and Jarrett Ferguson plows his way into the end zone. Touchdown! First down and goal on the 5. Vick takes the snap, tossing it to Suggs, running to the right, and he will score. Touchdown, Tech.
The sensational Michael Vick was named the game's most valuable player. But this was Beamer ball at its finest. The offense, defense, and special teams sparkled as the Hokies crushed Clemson 41-20. The experts said this would be a rebuilding year. The Hokies don't rebuild, they reload. For the 2nd straight year, the Hokies win 11 games. And for the 2nd year in a row, Tech finishes in the top 10. If you notice a trend developing, you're right. Virginia Tech football is at the top.
Okay, I appreciate you guys. Because I'm telling you, we sent the seniors out the right way, and then it gives us a great start for next year, because this is a pretty good crowd in this room, that we can keep on building this thing. And these seniors now, they want this thing to keep on going and get better and better and better. And the way things are going right now, the recruiting, the whole deal, you know, we're on a surge, and we just got to keep it. Don't take nothing, don't take anything for granted. And I want to do this, though. I tell you, the guys I think want to make sure we honor here are our seniors, and let's give them a chance to say goodbye to you.
I think when we're clicking, I don't think anyone can beat us. You know, it's been a very fast 4 years. The greatest part about this whole deal is just how close we all were, and you guys are a family.
First of all, I just want to thank Coach Beamer, Coach Height, and the rest of the coaches for everything. This is a family here. We need to keep this thing going. All right, everyone in this room needs to keep this thing going. Anyway, I'm passing the baton to y'all young bucks and keep it going. I don't want to see y'all on TV next year floundering around.
Screwing it up, that's right.
Guys, it's the fastest 5 years of your life, so cherish every moment. And as meaningful as this win was today and all the wins across the last 5 years, it's the relationships in this room that are going to mean the most to us.
Coming to Virginia Tech was, by far the best decision I've ever made in my life. And when I came to Tech, what everyone said is it's a family atmosphere. And what makes Tech Tech is that we work harder than everyone that we play that entire season. And what makes it so special is every single person in this room is just so special to me, and you mean a lot to the program, and that's what makes the program great. So just cherish every moment. Everyone says it comes quick. Really, like Dave said and the rest of the guys said, cherish every moment and just play hard for each other, work hard for each other in the off season. Keep this thing going, man, because I'm going to be a proud alumni.
Absolutely.
Rise and Fight was proudly brought to you by the Tech Bookstore in downtown Blacksburg.